What's up, guys? Sam Taggart here with the DDD Experts here in Denver, Colorado at our Business Boot Camp, where we teach entrepreneurs and leaders how to better implement systems on recruiting, sales, training, onboarding, leadership, etc., so that we can help you scale your company fast. We've hosted over 30 of these business boot camps, and now we've helped over 900 companies. We have real estate, solar, roofing, pest control, satellite alarms, and a couple other industries here at this business boot camp with over 50 people saying we're committed to taking our business to a whole nother level. Now we do exercises where we say let's work on your business, not just in this business, and it's been massive results for those that have come to this, and excited to see how these guys do it. Let's dive in. Empower your people to self-learn. What is the capital of Serbia, or of Lithuania? I don't know. Let's watch Cole pull out his phone. What is it? Vilnius. First one to get it. Oh my goodness. We have this magical thing called Google that'll probably know the answer to that, right? Instead of you guys be like, I don't know. He stumped me with that question. It's too good. I don't know. Just lay over in fetal position and give up. No, I'm like, hey guys, everybody in here raise your hand if you have a phone. Okay, cool. Raise your hand if you believe Google has the answer to the capital of Lithuania. I think we all agree. Okay, cool. I'm confident if I listed out 20 random questions, I gave you a piece of paper and I'm like, nobody should know the answer to these except Google. I'm pretty sure you guys would come back with that piece of paper fully filled out if I let you use Google, yeah? What did I just teach you? If you don't have an internal Google, therefore there is no way. They go, well, let's just fold over and lay in fetal position because I don't know. And the only way to know would be what? Call my boss. Does that make sense? Or what if you provided them their own Google? And you thought through the selling real estate door-to-door for dummies, every dumb question they probably would ask, and I made a video or a manual or an answer key to that. Does that make sense? So like, I knew you would ask that question. Guess what? It's in the videos. The reason it's empowering, why did Mark say I need another film day? Of course you would. In one day, I'm not going to get all the dumb questions that they ask, nor you're like, oh wait, that's a good one. I keep getting this one. They will continue to come up. So every time dumb question continues to come up, what do? I pull out my phone and I'm like, let's make a video about this, and I upload it to the platform. Because I'm assuming if you have that question, the next new guy is going to have the dumb question, and the next new guy is going to have a dumb question. So I'm building sequentially. It's not a one-take wonder. It's not like I built it. It's like, no, this is a continual process to grow my wiki. Google's been developing data for how many years?
We can do it like a really terribly presented play. Like, all right.
15 people all hitting the same spot.
I'm like, screw it. I got so much other shit on my
You
plate.
set some weeds because we want to encourage the behavior.
Okay, come on up. Come on up.
Get two claps.
5 minutes, sure. I'm going to read the prompt. So guys, it's really important that everybody in the audience pays attention. This is part of the class, guys. This is part of the learning exercises. I pick 4 prompts that are relevant to what we're learning, and they get to become the teachers. You guys are the teachers. And then we'll pick it apart. So we each have 2 minutes to give feedback, and you guys have 5 minutes to present. So Steven's our timer. I'm going to read the prompt.
Am I able to keep time for us?
Yeah, you can keep time.
Well, my time's gonna be different than your time.
So when I finish reading the prompt, your time starts.
Awesome. So we all know the problem. That's why we're here. We're looking for the solution. That solution is put our managers in positions to have better success in the field on a consistent basis, so we as owners or higher level managers can focus on the growth of the organization.
We're going to designate 2 team coaches. We're going to introduce the contest per team. So we're breaking the reps into 2 teams at the sales meeting. So it is the sales manager's job to get the buy-in from the team coaches, and the team coaches will spread that enthusiasm through the week.
Awesome. So we're Team 1. We appreciate your time. Thank you for everything. We have Q&A open for the next 3 seconds.
Give it up for Team 1.
In your scenario, does the manager also sell?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, when they're out on the field. When?
4 days.
They're out in the blitz.
4
I'm
days.
just
4
saying,
days a
they,
week.
at most of their time is
Score. You got to give them your score.
Okay, give me 1 second.
All right, I'll start. You want to start, Steven?
No, you can go.
Okay. I gave you a 9.5. which is impressive
Out of
for the
40?
first time.
Yeah.
And no, out of 10, out of 40. No,
I'm like out of 40.
no, I'm normally like, okay,
like
I give you
38.
0.5 for going first because it's always harder to go first. And then number 2, man, I really liked it. It gives enough ample time, so I would agree. I think they have enough time to sell. I would say
Yeah.
the manager's got time to sell. Like, he's definitely out there. He's out selling. I love the 4 days managers needs to go out and knock and be out there. I love that you give them some flexibility. I like the KPIs where it's like, hey, here's the thing we need to track. The one thing, the one ding, ready? So, man, there's so many good things, and I don't want to steal all the time because these guys probably got a lot to say. This is really good, guys. Like, I'm telling you, if you could say, take a snapshot of this and be like, do this. Obviously, there's a lot of minute pieces to integrate and to implement in this, but they did the exercise. They're like, here's the framework. Now we got to go slowly execute on all these things.
You guys didn't say my name, so that was -7.
Yeah, you'll learn.
No, that's not how this game works. I'll tell you that right now.
Right?
So -7 there. No, I loved everything. I loved the schedule, just like anything else everybody else said. My question that I did not like was the fact, and I could be wrong, but I don't like role playing for it felt like 12 hours.
3 hours.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that's necessarily wrong.
Well, it's actually only 2 if you take out.
But you know what I mean? It's still, I can get a lot done
Sure.
in a role play in 30 minutes.
You know, you read any leadership book, you read all these self-help books, you read all the, you kind of look at it and I'm like, it really comes down to, what do you want? Are you really clear? Do you have a clear, like, expectation of, this is what I'm going for? Who's holding you accountable? What is the accountability? Who's the mentor? What's the environment? As you grow and develop, let's say I want to make $100,000, then you make that, then it's like you have to realign, and you have this journey of mastery once you achieve, right? So it's this balance between achievement and alignment. So you achieve $100,000, and then you're like, well, then what? Then you're like, well, I want to make $200,000. You're like, okay, then what? I want to make $1 million, and then what? Right? There's this game of like, you can chase the achievement, but once you get there, you're all going to realize like, well, then what? I ran a marathon. I was like, well, then what? Then I did an Ironman. Then I was like, well, then what? I was like, I made $1 million. I was like, oh, then what? I was a top rep. Then what? Like, that's always what's happening in my life. And I was like, there's a problem here. But if we can start seeing the mountains beyond the mountains that you're climbing right now, I promise you all of a sudden things are going to happen a lot quicker. Okay? And if you do it with alignment, you're going to feel much more fulfillment instead of this success void when you get there. Because money's not everything. Making the 10 million is not everything. I lived in my dream home, but I didn't call it a home. I called it a house because I was unhappy. Well, I might be this mentor that's going to help you get to this spot. Maybe you outgrow me. Maybe you're like, Sam, I've learned everything I need to learn from you. You're not teaching me anything new. Well, that's my job to continue to develop myself so that I can continue to develop you and keep adding more value, right? And then you might go through a cycle and get another mentor. Then you might go through a cycle and you have this alignment of realigning to higher levels of mentors that are taking you and putting you in places where you want to get. Environment, same thing. You might be in a circle down here where all your friends are making 60 grand. Well, then you got to go and change the friend group. And now these guys are all making 500 grand. And then you're like, well, I want to make $1 million. And these guys are all making, you've got to start surrounding yourself and being around people that are actually doing cool things. They're doing the things I want to do. They're eating the way that I want to eat. They're making the money I want to make. You might have multiple different environments. What an amazing boot camp. We talked on core values, company identity, and how you really structure a essence that people are attracted to. And a lot of people don't know where they're going, what their objectives are, and what their focuses are. And really getting clarity on that has been a huge breakthrough for a lot of these business owners that come through here. We talked on recruiting, and then Steven went.
Oh, I talked about the new hire experience, onboarding, training, how to have that planned out and everything like that. I think with our boot camps, what's super powerful is the fact that people come in thinking they know what they don't need. And in turn, they figure out they need all of this and they need to implement this and they need to take all of the little nuggets that they're getting to better their business. Well, I think one of the biggest things we talked about was you have to delegate to elevate. And I think that's so powerful that a lot of business owners, because it's our little baby, it's their baby, they don't want to release those reins to allow other people to step in to give them more time to focus on the business instead of in the business.
And, a big, huge piece is actually changing people's stories and belief systems. And we do that by putting an environment together. When you surround yourself with business owners, there were people in there that were doing roofers at 150 million, and there were people in there doing 1 million. And you had guys in there that were doing, had 70 reps, some guys had 150 reps, and some guys had 3 reps. And in their belief system, what a big company is maybe 5 and 6, and that's all they've seen because that's the environment in which they live. But to like connect and collaborate and break through kind of some mental beliefs is actually a huge part of these business boot camps, is mastermind element. And then what's really cool is a lot of these guys actually chose to enroll into our mastermind, the expert circle at the end, where we take them for the next 12 months and we start to implement a lot of the systems that we talk about. Because at the end of the day, if it's like, 2 days of just full influx of content and systems and stuff like that is one thing, but it's another thing to join a community of entrepreneurs all pushing and pursuing a common mission. So if you're interested in our expert circle, hit us up. If you're interested in coming to one of our business boot camps, check us out. The links are below, and we'd love to see and help you to scale your company to a whole nother level.